Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our incredible country, the politics that affect it, and how we're going to fix this bad boy together, because that is the most important piece. What are we going to do about it? And I cannot wait to show you what we've got for you right now. It's going to get a little bit spicy, because I've got to dive into the Shawn Gavin Newsom interview, where I am not exaggerating. Some of the most skillful and most adept political manipulation I have ever seen by a politician went down on Shawn Ryan's show. This one, you guys are going to need to watch the entire thing and send this one out, because this is what you're going to be facing in 2028. I guarantee it. Now, of course, everything will be linked in the description box below. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, help the channel grow in light of the YouTube algorithm seeking to silence the voice of freedom. And thank you, each of you, for doing that. All right, here's my disclaimer on this real quick. I have no issue with Shawn Ryan. I think he has a great show. He's a great podcast, has an incredible voice, has an amazing ability to connect with people, and he helps a lot of people while he does it. I have no issue with this whatsoever. Shawn Ryan's a good dude, in my opinion. However, what just happened on his show with Gavin Newsom, I have some very serious things I need to bring to your attention. All right, with that said, let's get into this, and please send this one out and let me know if I land this plane, because this is so key. What you're about to watch is some of the most masterful rebranding, political manipulation you've ever seen, and it worked on this podcast. Watch.
Ready for this?
This is an accident. I got to report this gift, man.
That is a California compliant Sig Sauer
This,
P365 macro.
come on, man.
I don't know exactly what makes it.
By the way, this is too cool.
All right, perfect scene to freeze this on. This man is coming in to Shawn Ryan's show in a very comfortable environment, and he's trying to rebrand himself as a very likable, very charismatic person. And I'll be quite candid with you, from a political observation is what I do, he did a pretty good damn job on it. Now, I have an immediate issue right out the gate on the 2A side of this. Handing the very man who institutes, supports, and calls for more gun control a California compliant pistol is really just affirming the gun control and the infringements that exist in California as something you can work around and it's acceptable. That's my own personal stance on that. If you are not raising questions and you are giving a gift of a gun to somebody, particularly the person who implements and pushes for these infringements upon our rights nationally, the problem is the California compliant piece. And I know some people will say, well, he couldn't get a gun if it wasn't California compliant. Yeah, then don't get him a gun. Candidly. Because the point here is, when you give someone something and make it a normal transaction of, hey, it's California compliant, you're reinforcing the things that we fight on an everyday basis, all of us. And that's an important piece. But let me keep going to this, because this, seriously, some of the manipulation and propaganda you're about to see is insanely skillful.
The fact that you would give me this.
You
can't
like
even
that?
look this up. So you just want me to TSA to take this from me and my ass is arrested at the airport. I'm on to you, man.
Well, I got a buddy at Sig, and now he was like, you got to get a Sig in his
You can't
hands.
even make
Name's
this up.
Jason.
Brother, this is
So-
fabulous. You know what? Last thing people would expect is that I respect this gift.
Really?
I appreciate, yeah, man. I'm not anti-gun at all. I'm for just some gun safe common sense.
All right, such a crucial point, the way he launches into this. Again, the most masterful rebranding manipulation I've seen from a politician since Obama, honestly. And I don't like the guy. I'm just being objective. You know, a lot of people would think that I don't like this gift. They think I'm rabidly anti-Second Amendment. He's holding a pistol up. That's important to what I'm about to show you. Then he launches into, it's just common sense. I mean, after all, it's things we can all agree on. It's common sense all day long. Easy peasy. Who doesn't agree with common sense? Then he starts saying some things that he says them in quick succession. He says them with different language than normal. And he flat out says the highest points of gun control in the United States very quickly using different language, and it's completely missed. Watch. It's about to happen. I'm going to do it 2 by 2.
That I think vast majority of folks to the right and the left agree. And I think we've lost a little touch with some common sense around background checks. I think there's an age appropriateness.
All right, first 2. We've lost some common sense around background checks. What are you referencing? We have a national background check system. It's been in place forever. We have a FBI background check system called the NICS background check system, which is going and running off of a 4473 in every single gun shop in the United States, which requires a federal firearms license to be actually in functioning business, or you'll go to jail. So what part about background checks are we just, lost our way on? Well, I'll tell you, the thing that he can't say out loud, and the way he framed it like that, is because California has universal background checks. That means that every single time that a gun is yours and goes to somebody else, that means they have to do a background check. They have to take it to a place and have a background check done. You can't sell your personal property to anyone. Family, friend, father, brother, sister, doesn't matter. You simply can't do it. There is a state level registry that they know where every gun is by every single serial number, and goes to every single individual, and they know all the transfers. Nationally, it is illegal by an act of Congress to have a national firearms registry. He just managed to incorporate universal background checks as a, we have some differences in background checks. That's one. Second thing, we have some age requirement stuff. Okay, let's talk about that. Because what you just said was not 18, 19, 20-year-old bans to buy guns. What you just said was, there's some age requirement stuff. That means that you can enter in California as an adult into a marriage. You can be drafted. You can have a mortgage. You can vote, but you can't have your gun rights. That's what that means. Again, masterful. Not a peep. And I don't fault Shawn Ryan for this. Again, this is masterful manipulation. Two more, and then we're going to top off the four main pieces here, and then we'll go to the other ones.
I do have some, I'm challenged by large capacity magazine clips in urban centers, and weapons of war that are out there, sometimes outgunning the police.
All right, let's go to the last three, or the last two rather. So I have problems with large capacity magazines, so that means anything more than 10 rounds. And I have a problem with in urban centers. So it's okay outside of urban centers? Well, no, what you just introduced was magazine bans and magazine requirements. That's the third leg of the incredibly contentious gun control desires in the United States. The fourth one that he just mentioned is I also have a problem with weapons of war. You just brought in assault weapon bans. In 45 seconds, this man just went down and framed in a different manner assault weapon bans, universal background checks, mag bans, and age requirements. Those four things, of the four, I believe three of them are pending Supreme Court review right now. Let me just run that again. Mag bans, AWBs, universal back, 3 out of 4. And this is the new rebranded Gavin Newsom. He is so slick and so sly that it literally just slid right into the conversation and out the door. Watch this. We're going to keep on going. He's going to go even further.
I've experienced that directly with the loss of a police officer who was gunned down by an AK-47, and the police were outgunned in Bayview Hunters Point in San Francisco. But otherwise, man, people have the right to bear arms, and I got no ideological opposition to that at all.
Do you think...
By the way.
You're welcome.
That's crazy. Last damn thing I expected. I expected a hat. Okay, you gave me a goddamn gun.
Well, I got another gift for you too.
You do? Okay, all
but
right.
All right, I can hold that for a second. The other way that he wraps up here, but other than that, I totally respect your right to have a gun. You have that Second Amendment. I am totally a fan of it, guys. Wrapping this up, and I might actually do this in a second video, like a part 2, because there's other pieces of this. 'Cause I don't want to make this one too long. Wrapping this up in this first segment, you understand this man just introduced all 4 of the main contentious arguments for gun control versus gun rights in the United States in a 1-sentence, 45-second segment that had no resistance, and it was using different flowery language with smiles and wrapped in common sense. That's why this is so important. That 45 seconds right there is a perfect masterclass, and why this is very, very important before you go into something like this with a master political manipulator. And that's what you're seeing. I'm going to actually cut it here, and I'm going to do a second video on this because there's a second half to this. But that first part's really important. I don't want to make this first video too long. That's what I've got for you guys in this first one, part 1. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did I land that plane? And I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.